What's My Line? Brought to you by Geritol, the high-potency vitamin iron-rich tonic in liquid or tablets to help you feel stronger. And now, let's all play What's My Line? And now, live from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the delightful star of stage and television, Miss Arlene Francis.
And now, really, a marvelous singer who was so entertaining as a mystery guest when he impersonated Frank Fontaine a few weeks ago that by popular demand he has joined our panel tonight. Mr. Steve Lawrence.
Thank you, Arlene. Right now, the nationally syndicated columnist whose voice of Broadway is read all over the country, except here in New York, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
I'm working, too, just the same. And also working our publisher panelist, Mr. Bennett, Cerf.
And here, of course, is our pellucid and ebullient panel moderator, John Charles Daly.
Mr. Lawrence, very nice to see you on the panel.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here.
Too long ago that you were sitting here beside me. We hope you have as much fun over there.
I thought I was a mystery guest again tonight.
Well, actually, Theo, I hope you have as much fun over there as you gave us when you were sitting over here. It was a wonderful performance. And we have some very interesting occupations, and I think probably we'll have some fun in the next half hour. We'll also have a famous mystery guest before my friends on the panel a little bit later in the program, and we'll meet our first challenger. And now to meet our first contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Carolyn. Cunningham, right? Miss or Mrs. Cunningham?
Mrs.
Mrs. Cunningham, where are you from?
New York.
New York, fine. Mrs. Cunningham, may I present the panel? Now, will you join me over here, please? Do you know how we keep score on what's going on?
Yes, I
Fine. We'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right, panel. We'll tell you that Mrs. Cunningham is self-employed, deals in a service, and we'll begin the general questioning with Bennett, Cerf.
Mrs. Cunningham, with Christmas season upon us, I'm wondering if your service might have some special usefulness at the holiday season.
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Mrs. Cunningham, is there, do you do anything that people may watch?
Sort of.
Yes, it's a hard question to answer specifically. Let me say that as an end result of what Miss Cunningham does, people might come to watch, but this is not to say that they would specifically watch Mrs. Cunningham performing exactly the service that she performs.
I get a half yes?
You get a half yes.
That's known as a half Cunningham. Do you work indoors, Miss Cunningham?
Yes.
Do you have to have experience in the work that you do?
Yes, I think so.
Do you wear something other than ordinary clothes in your job?
No.
No. 2 down and 8 to go. Steve Lawrence.
I don't believe it. I'll have to excuse myself. I know this lady.
Well, we are a little bit afraid that you might, all right? Mr. Lawrence has disqualified himself.
The panel, the first one they show me, I know.
It's a great beginning, Steve. Miss Kilgallen.
That's marvelous. Do you work indoors
I'll be back. I'm
more
going for
than
a
out?
I beg your pardon, Dorothy?
More than out? Yes, I do. Could your place of business be described as an office? Not really.
No, I don't think so. We would have to stretch a point there if we did. That's 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mrs. Cunningham, do your services have in any connection whatever with either food or drink?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
Well, since Steve recognized you, do your services have anything whatsoever to do...
Watch it.
with Steve? No. Has Steve ever availed himself of your services?
I beg your pardon, Arlene.
Well,
I'll be back.
Sell papers at the corner, you know.
well, I know, but that would be a relationship to Steve.
That's what I mean.
Yes,
Yes.
I think so.
I see. Do you have anything whatsoever to do with the world of music?
Yes.
May I rule out that you play an instrument?
Yes.
Do you have anything to do with paper in the work that you do with music?
Yes.
Might you arrange or compose anything?
No.
Well, would you if I asked you to?
Wait a minute. We got to have a small conference. We'll be back in a month or two.
What does she do, Steve? Tell me.
Maybe she writes the lyrics. She
Yeah,
said that.
lyrics.
Lyrics.
You don't compose.
Yeah. I think here we have a sticky point, which we may come back to.
I'm sorry to hear that, John.
Well, this sort of thing happens, you know.
Yes, I know.
But I'm just going to, I think only because it might mislead you too much if we beg the issue, I'm going to give you a no on that.
That's jolly good.
5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Kilgallen.
Mrs. Cunningham, do you work under another name professionally? Yes. I must disqualify myself. I know who it is, too.
Good heavenly days, Mr. Cerf.
Most knowing
She works under the name of Mr. Cunningham.
Mrs. Cunningham, you don't write the music. Do you write the words?
Yes, I do.
That's right, Bennett. You got it. Actually, as Steve and Dorothy know, and I bet Arlene does now, Carolyn Lee is whom we're talking about, a lyricist whose latest success is Little Me, which is sparkling on Broadway.
Yes, indeed.
And
Fun, too.
what are some of the other shows that you've written?
Well, I did Peter Pan for Mary Martin. I did Wildcat for Lucille Ball.
Oh, wonderful.
Number of songs.
Yes, well, actually, you see what our problem was? We were afraid to give you even a qualified yes on compose, because in a way you do compose lyrics, but you use compose so exactly as the verb to describe music. The composition.
You do, John.
Well, no, actually, Mrs. Cunningham was the one who
John,
had
for
his more...
once in your life, you are absolutely right.
Christmas is coming.
There's a doctor in the house. Bennett's not well tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. Nice to have you with us. All right, let's meet another challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Hamanoki Fujisawa? That's Mr. Hamanoski Fujisawa, is that right? And where are you from, sir?
Tokyo.
From Tokyo. Ah, well, this we ought to have a lot of fun. It's nice to have. May I present our panel, Mr. Fujisawa? Would you join me over here, please, sir? Coming from Tokyo, do you know how we keep score on What's My Line?
Yes.
All righty, fine. We'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is.
I don't believe it.
He knows this one, too.
Yes, Jenny.
John, you think I could come back next week?
Love to have you.
No, I don't know this gentleman.
Oh, you're terrible.
Well, we'll tell you anyway that Mr. Fujisawa is salaried and he deals in a product. And let's begin the general questioning with Arlene Francis.
Mr. Fujisawa, is it a product that I might use?
No.
I use quite a lot of products, Mr. Fujisawa.
Wait a minute, I got to talk to Mr. Fujisawa.
I might not use it in Tokyo, but I might use it here.
Mr. Fujisawa's concern was as to whether you specifically used his particular product. We will agree, however, that generically, yes, we would say to
Yes.
you.
It can be used by both men and women?
Yes.
Could I hold it in my hand?
No.
1 down and 9 to go.
Well, could I hold it in my hand?
It's grand to have you here. You could sing us a song, Miss Kilgallen.
Is it large enough to get into or onto?
Yes.
Is it in any sense a vehicle?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Fujisawa, would you find this product in the house or very near the house? Could you?
Well, I would say here, Bennett, and with Mr. Fujisawa's permission, I can think of circumstances where you might find the product in the house or near the house, but it would be an isolated instance where you
But
to
it
find
could be.
Yes, we will agree that it could be under special circumstances.
As a result of using this product, is a person either healthier or cleaner?
Which?
No, if the answer is yes to either,
The answer is yes to that. Now I have to
Yes.
guess which, huh?
Yes.
Well, cleaner.
Yes.
Is it some kind of a Japanese bath? But,
No.
No. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
How do you get cleaner without a bath?
Shower.
A curry comb? No. Huh?
Shower.
Is it something that is used a great deal in Japan?
Yes.
Is it used by one person at a time?
Yes.
Would it
you make dicey girls.
would it be better not to have your clothes on if you were using it?
No.
Better with your shoes on.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
This is,
Oh, I'm sorry,
yes,
Steve.
no, I was just kidding.
I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't mean to pass you over. I
No,
thought that you
that's
actually
all right. That's all right.
had seen something.
Do you want me to sing my question? No.
Yeah.
Is this product something? No. If this is something that'll make you cleaner, and you don't, and you can wear your clothes, then can I rule out that it's anything like soap or that kind of?
Can you rule out that it is soap or
Yes.
something of that nature? Yes.
Yes.
Is it some sort of cosmetic?
No.
No. 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, now, I thought we had something that was big enough to get into.
You do.
We do.
Oh.
But it still makes you cleaner.
It can, yeah. It can. This is not to say it will. The question was, can it? And then we can say, yes, it can. The use of it can wind up with the individual using it in the certain instances is
Cleaner,
to be
too.
described as cleaner. Yeah.
Is this used on land?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it used near the water?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Is it anything that is ever used in an American bathroom?
I don't think so. No. That's 6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Now, Mr. Fujisawa, you say you can be fully dressed when you use this product, right? Is it applied more to one part of the body than the entire body? Would you say to a particular part of the body?
Yes.
You know, let's say one part of the body certainly has a firmer contact than the other parts.
Is it above the neck?
Yes.
What? Who's above the neck? You mean is the contact above the neck?
Yes.
It can.
No.
No. I don't think so.
No.
Oh, it's not above the neck.
No. 7 down, 3 to go, Miss Francis.
Do you sit down when you use it?
Yes.
That's restful. Is it like a box? Does it have 4 sides?
No.
No. 8 down and 2 to
Is it
go,
both?
Steve.
Oh, no.
Would it be anything like a whirlpool type of?
For treatment, for
Well,
therapeutic treatment?
I take it I'm wrong.
That's right. That's 9 down and 1 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Does it do anything for you besides making you cleaner, possibly? Does it have another function besides this cleanliness?
Oh, I think we would agree that other functions are performed in connection with this product. Yeah.
Yes.
Does this have any quality of mobility?
Moving from place to place?
I mean, if you owned one, would you be inclined to push it around or pull it around?
No, we would not. Stand down and no more to go. How would you like a barber chair?
Barber chair?
A barber chair. Mr. Fujisawa is with the Takara Company. Takara Company in Tokyo, and he's here to meet with American dealers. And you travel around the country.
Yes.
See, I was going to give you mobility because Mr. Fujisawa's got one he keeps in his car and runs it around the country.
Does it go up and down and around?
Is there any difference between the Japanese barber chair and the ordinary American barber chair? Is there any particular difference?
Well,
I presume they're better and cheaper, but I didn't mean that. I
I don't think they're cheaper. They're probably more expensive.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's just, it's a matter, I suppose, of refinements in barber chairs as there are in differences among automobiles and everything else. And if
That's what it's
Mr. Fujisawa's got a chair,
You import them from Japan.
Yes.
That must be tough on the people who make them over here.
Well.
No, now you're getting... Now you're getting into a very difficult area, Bennett. I think that the basic thing that most Americans lose sight of with respect to Japan, and you correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that last year's trade balance as between the United States and Japan found Japan with an $800 million deficit. In other words, the Japanese bought $800 million more goods from the United States than the United States bought from Japan.
Let's not open that can of peas.
Let's not open that can.
Right.
Thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed your visit. Nice to have you with us. We'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from our sponsor. And now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which the panel is blindfolded. Blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Good. Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please? Different form of questioning. One question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise. And let's begin with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Are you in show business?
Are you in show business? Is that your question?
Yes, I suppose you might put me in that category.
One down and nothing. Oh, pardon me. Bennett, Cerf?
Are you at the present time appearing in a play in or near New York City?
Unfortunately, I am not trodden the boards at the present time.
That's one down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Are you better known for your work in pictures than you are for your work in the theater?
Were you better known for your work in pictures than in the theater?
Well, I suppose you might sort of equalize the thing. I wouldn't like to give one the credit over the other.
Mr. Lawrence?
Would you be a dramatic actor as opposed to a variety performer?
Quite right.
Miss Kilgallen?
What?
Yeah, quite right.
Quite right.
Mm-hmm.
Have you, however, ever made a record?
If you haven't, you're the only
Unfortunately,
one.
no.
No, that's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Are you in a motion picture that is either playing in the Broadway sector at one of the big houses or is about to open there?
But unfortunately, you see, I don't have any access to your newspaper, so I don't know whether there is a picture of mine going at the present time.
I would say...
It's quite possible, you know, but I can't
I think
tell.
our guest makes a very good point, but I think at the same time it would be safe to assume that you're likely to find him here, yeah. All right, Miss Francis?
Oh, I'm absolutely bugged by that voice. I know who that is. Would you be considered more of a character actor than a young leading man?
Well, I'm always characterized in the directories as a leading man. But I suppose you might say I'm a character man, too, you see. As a matter of fact, there's no limit to this particular talent of mine.
All right, Steve Lawrence.
I've always felt I should have played more romantic roles in the academy.
I agree with you.
So,
I
Mr.
agree with
Daly?
you 100%.
Of course,
100% I agree with you. Mr. Lawrence.
Would you be classified as a tough guy in the movies?
That's,
A tough guy.
well, that's possible, yes.
Possible, yeah. Miss
Well, I
Kilgallen?
played Roger Milquetoast, too, you know. I don't draw the line.
What? I'm sorry, what?
What was
Yeah.
that last?
I play Roger Milquetoast, too. I don't draw the line.
Oh. Have you appeared on Broadway in the past year?
The past year?
Mm-hmm.
Past years, maybe,
Past
yeah.
year.
Not the past year.
No, the no to the past year. That's 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Are you an American?
Quite so, sir.
Miss Francis?
I know he's going to give himself away if he'll just talk enough.
He hasn't so far.
Boy,
Yes, he has. He's talked a lot, and there's a certain timbre in his
yeah.
voice that is absolutely a...
Yeah. Yeah.
Have I ever worked with you in anything? Is that what's driving me mad?
What kind of note did she say now?
Has she ever worked with you in anything?
Yes, we have. And
Was
it is
it
one of my
fun?
pleasant recollections, Macushla.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
I think I do, too.
Who is it?
Oh, do you think it's Edward G. West?
Yeah.
Let me hear you say it now.
Yeah, you guys. You're the guy I'm thinking about.
Do the impersonation.
Would you be Mr. Edward G. Robinson?
She certainly would.
You may be able to disguise yourself with your beard, but the
Well,
timbre of your voice comes through everything
Yes.
you do, dear, lovely
I
Ed.
think I would have had a much easier time fooling you with my beard than listening to me, you know. Just looking at me.
Is this from is it Sammy Going South that you were making?
Yes, this is a hangover from a picture that I was making in Africa, and then we moved Africa down to Shepperton Studios in London, and just a hangover, and then I thought I'd save it now for the Hanukkah season. I might as well get my commercial in. I'm appearing here tomorrow, Monday night, for the Bonds for Israel
At Madison
Festival, yes.
Madison Square Garden.
And I've got a lot of offers to play Santa Claus this Christmas. A lot of my friends have asked me.
Well, you'd make a wonderful Santa Claus. You'd make a wonderful many things.
Thank you.
I think all of you know, it doesn't need to be said really, that Mr. Robinson had a heart attack while he was making that picture in Africa.
No, we won't talk about that.
And we won't talk about it, except look at him. Here he is, as full of
I'm
bounce
fine.
as he can be.
I think they overrated.
Well, I must say, it's a delight to have you with us.
Well, it's a delight
Grand
to-
to see you.
I'd like to be
Wonderful
back
to see you.
here, and one of the joys and pleasures coming back to New York is appearing on the
Eddie, we
program.
saw-
See you again, John. I'd like to see a little more of you in television.
Eddie, we
What's
saw a
that?
preview of Lawrence of Arabia last night. Thousands of Arabs around. They should have had you there to fight with them.
Yeah, well, why did they pass me up, you see?
Well, thanks again.
Well, I
very
can tell
much.
you, I'm not here for Bonds for NASA. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Well, must say, panel, you certainly did rather well with that one. In fact, you've done rather well tonight. And we'll be back after this word from our office. Well, I must say, Steve, it's been a joy having you with us. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were kidding, and you missed one chance to question tonight, but I'll make it up to you some other time.
I enjoyed it very much, John.
Glad to have you with us. And good night, Miss Arlene Francis.
Good night, dear John. Would you sing a good night to me?
Good night, sweetheart. Good night, Arlen. Thank
Good
you.
night, dear boy.
Good night. Come again, Steve. Good night, Bennett.
John, would you not sing a good night to us?
I wish you wouldn't, John.
Steve, even at Christmas time, he does this sort of thing to me. It's terrible.
Ah, John.
Oh,
love
Bennett, you're cutting me the ribbons. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us on What's My Line?
What's My Line is a a CBS Television Network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Cotton. This is Johnny Olson speaking.